What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to episode 4 of Reimagining Manchester United. As you can see by the league table, we are at 12 points currently through 4 games. We have a game in hand on Liverpool, who are currently 1 point behind us, but if we win our game in hand, we will be 4 points clear at the top of the table. If you look at our stats, Marcus Rashford is our leading goal scorer with 7 goals through 4 games. He's been fantastic. Of course, that includes the EFL Cup games, so a little bit more than 4. Tellez is 7.85 average rating. He's been fantastic. He has 3 assists. Really, everyone in the team's been fantastic. If we look at our schedule, we left you off with the West Ham game where we won 3-0. After that, we played Aston Villa. We completely rotated our squad. The only players you would consider to be starters were Tellez and Donny van de Beek, and I didn't plan on using them against Chelsea, so I had no problem using them in that game. And we won 3-0. We completely dominated them. It wasn't even very competitive with our backup team. If you are looking closely, you can see we have not conceded a goal yet. We played Chelsea in the EFL Cup third round. We drew them in the third round, which kind of stunk, but we beat them 4-0. And Eduardo Camavinga got hurt in the first 2 minutes. Had to take him off, and we still smashed them 4-0 without much of a problem. Our Camavinga, by the way, was out 3 to 6 weeks, so it wasn't a serious injury, too serious. It's about a month long. He will be back, I believe, for this Man City game. He's just back. So, our first goal of that game scored by Anthony Martial, I believe. It was a nice low cross. Our second goal was another low cross to Marcus Rashford. Shows if you have quick players, low crosses are very deadly. They get their ability to break away from the defender at the near post. The quick run, it's so good. And then our third goal was a Bailly from a corner, and then Rashford scored his second of the game to wrap the game up 4-0. We then took on Sheffield United in the fourth round of the EFL Cup. We beat them 3-0. Wan-Bissaka gave away a penalty, so we almost conceded a goal, but Henderson saved it. So we were able to continue our streak of not conceding goals. And so far it is at 7 games without conceding a goal in all competitions, including the Champions League. That's pretty good. I'm really liking this tactic. After Sheffield United, we took on Wolves in the league. We beat them 1-0. It was a tightly fought game. Wolves at that point were winless through their first 3 games. They were actually without a single point, so it wasn't as convincing as you would have hoped for a team that was struggling in the league, but it was a comfortable enough win. Like, it was probably not as close as the 1-0 scoreline would make you think. We played pretty well. After that, we played Fulham in the Premier League. We won 3-0. There was a little bit of rotation for that game because we had the Olympiacos game coming up. So I rotated the squad a little bit. As you can see, Transebe played, Henderson played, Mason Greenwood played. That's about all the rotation we did. Just a little bit, and we won it pretty comfortably. Our first goal was actually a long throw from Tellez, I believe, to Harry Maguire. And then second goal was a nice shot from Bruno Fernandes, and then Marcus Rashford scored the third, and another comfortable victory. I mean, we haven't faced many great teams in the league so far. I mean, obviously we're going to now against Man City and Liverpool, but so far we haven't faced a tough gauntlet. But the fact we still played Chelsea, beat them 4-0. We played Olympiacos. As you can see, our Champions League group. We have Olympiacos, Juventus, and Mönchengladbach. So that should be pretty interesting. We beat Olympiacos 3-0 in our first game in the Champions League. We played pretty much a first-team squad, and Marcus Rashford came out with a hat trick. So Marcus Rashford has been in good form. Remember, last time we were here, he struggled in the first game, in the game versus the second 11. But since then, he's been on fire. He's been one of our best players. Tellez has probably been our best player, but Rashford is probably second best. And even Martial has been pretty good. So, you see, I did rotate the squad a little bit against Olympiacos because I knew the Man City game was coming up. So, I played McTominay, Twanzebe, Brandon Williams, Nemanja Matic played, Fred played, Greenwood played. So it was a pretty rotated squad, but we're still able to come out 3-0 victors. So that leaves Man City and Liverpool as our next two opponents with a Juventus game in between them. I won't be showing that Juventus game today. I plan on coming back for the next episode with the triple header of Juventus, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Or maybe a double header of Juventus and Chelsea. I haven't decided yet. So, one of those two. We'll see. So, let's get in to the Liverpool game. Let's go to our team selection, see what team we've got. We currently have 2 injuries. Anthony Martial has a small injury. He's returning in 2 days. I feel okay to have him on the bench because our other striking option, Edinson Cavani, is injured with sprained knee ligaments, and he's out another 3 to 5 weeks. So we need a striker on the bench, and that's going to be a slightly injured Anthony Martial, which means Mason Greenwood starts for us against Manchester City. Other than that, it's our full starting 11. Eric Bailly has been playing extremely well. He's actually been our best center back, so he will be starting over Twanzebe. So other than that, it's our full starting lineup. Camavinga is going to play because we are playing the more reserved, balanced formation with wingbacks on support, a deep lying playmaker on defend, and no libero. Luke Shaw is going to be playing because he's a little bit more defensive, and I think that's going to be important against Manchester City. That we have good defensive players on the wings to make up for the lack of any wingers to help them out. So we got Wan-Bissaka, who has 20 tackling, and Luke Shaw, who has 15 tackling. So on the wings, we should be pretty defensively solid. Camavinga is a good tackler in the middle, too. So this should be a hard team for Manchester City to break through. And then we have the attacking power of Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood. So we are a goal threat against Manchester City, even with some defensive players in the midfield and fullback position. So let's get into the game. I've selected 3 substitutes outside the match squad. Whoops. Oh, yeah, that's because we just played a Champions League match. I think everyone in the top 9 is who I want to start, though. So I think I'm just going to go proceed to match. All right, here we are in the dressing room. I don't want to say I fully expect you to keep our run going. I'm going to say let's give the fans something to cheer today. I'm going to pump my fist and say let's give the fans something to cheer today. It's a Manchester Derby. Should be doing this for the fans. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the only one who didn't respond. I'm going to point my finger, and let's keep the good form going. You were excellent last time out, and everyone has seemed to respond motivated. That's great. That's exactly what I want going into Derby Day. And in terms of press conferences, it says, Ryan, it's Derby Day. How much do you look forward to taking on your local rivals? It's always a tremendous occasion, and the atmosphere is something to behold, something we can harness the energy and intensity of the day and send the fans home happy. Can you speak about your likely team selection? I have a team in mind and it'll require a few changes from last time out. I have confidence my usual team will be able to do the job. Here's our lineup. Pretty strong. Pretty much our first team, except for no Martial. But I think Mason Greenwood can still do well. This is their team. Pretty strong. Pretty much their first team. Ruben Diaz and Laporte at center back. They are currently in 8th place with 8 points through 5 games, so they have not gone on the best start. But I think it's going to be competitive. It's a Manchester Derby. You know it's going to be tough. So Bruno Fernandes puts the ball in for Lindelof to score. After 1 minute and 42 seconds, Victor Lindelof has sent Manchester United on top in the Manchester Derby. Great ball in by Bruno Fernandes. Lindelof with a good header. He's not known for his heading, but that was pretty good. Tight offside. He's not even close to offside. Not even close. 1 shot, 1 goal. That is what I like to see. Now, 13th minute, nothing's happened. I'm hoping to see more highlights because I want to see more Manchester United goals. I'm not done with 1 goal. Can we do a reverse at the same time? Paul Pogba this time, but no, we cannot double up from deep free kicks from Bruno Fernandes. This time, Paul Pogba heads it just over. We are doing pretty well so far. 5 shots, 3 on target. They have 1 shot on target, I believe. they start with the ball in their own half. Hopefully we can chase them down, get them to make a bad pass. Looks like Maguire heads it back. Fernandinho. Sterling. Oh, Wan-Bissaka misses the tackle. Sterling cutting inside. Taking a long shot. That's easy for David De Gea. You can't beat David De Gea from there. He might not be the most well-rounded goalkeeper, but he's still a good shot stopper. And that looks like it will be halftime. So, other than the goal, not much has happened. We are on top. We have doubled their XG, even though it's still only about a 0.5 XG. More shots on target. They have the possession, but it's Manchester City, so they're about always going to have the possession. It's hard to beat Manchester City in a possession battle. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to point my finger and say, we've got to guard against complacency. Don't think the job is done. We are entering the 65th minute. Not much has happened, but here we finally have a highlight. The first highlight of the second half. It's been a pretty big team battle that you kind of expect. Not much has happened. Two big teams, fighting against each other. They kind of cancel each other out. Wan-Bissaka going on a little bit of run, but nothing's going to happen because of that. Bruno Fernandes is tired, but he's been our best player, so I can't really take Bruno Fernandes off in a one-score game. Bruno Fernandes puts it up to Rashford, puts it back to Camavinga. Great ball over the top for Greenwood, and Greenwood one-on-one with the keeper, and he misses. He tries to put it on the inside, tries to put it to the keeper's left side, and the keeper gets a hand to it. Do I want to make any subs? It's the 72nd minute. Pogba has not played well. Everyone else has played all right. Do I want to take off Camavinga for a more defensive? I mean, Camavinga is good enough defensively. I don't think I need to bring in any defensive players. What's his name? McTominay. I don't think I need to bring in McTominay. I think we're going to replace Paul Pogba. He's on a yellow and he's not playing well. Let's bring in Donny van de Beek. And let's just go with that for now. We are nearing the 80th minute. Still nothing has happened. It's time to make another substitution. Rashford hasn't had the best game. He's getting a little tired. I might take off Camavinga now because he's on a yellow card. Let's actually put Scott McTominay into the defensive midfield role. He moves over to a defensive midfielder on defend. He doesn't really know defensive midfield as a role, but I think he'll do just a perfect job there. He's a very good defensive midfielder. He's got good tackling. Should help keep us more defensively solid. Anything we want to change? Do we start time wasting? I think we start time wasting. Let's do a little bit of time wasting. Probably do another sub here in 4 or 5 minutes. Bruno Fernandes is still looking tired, but it's still a one-score game. I'm not ready to bring out Bruno Fernandes. He's a very important player to Manchester United. City with the attack. Bailly stops it cold. Back to Lindelof to McTominay. Back to De Gea. Don't do anything stupid. Good ball to Lindelof. Good ball to Luke Shaw. Got Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood with the goal. What a goal by Mason Greenwood. Puts it to the keeper's left-hand side, and he cannot get a hand to it this time. Mason Greenwood finally scores to put the game beyond Manchester City's grasp. Luke Shaw with a good little run. Greenwood in so much space. The ball was clearly there to be made. He could have pulled it back to Rashford, but he puts it across the goal. And Mason Greenwood puts us 2-0 up. I think it's about time to take off Bruno Fernandes. He's very tired. He's played well, but it's time to give Bruno Fernandes a little bit of a break. Let's bring on Fred. And that'll be our last sub. And hopefully we can just run this game out. 4 minutes left of extra time. And it looks like they're not going to do anything. It is a victory for Manchester United in the Manchester Derby. And it is another game in a row where we have not conceded a goal. Lindelof with a 7.7. Bailly with a 7.3. Maguire with a 6.9. Maguire has actually been our worst center back so far. And he's still been pretty solid. So Luke Shaw with a 7.7. Our fullbacks did very well. Defended very well. Our center backs defended very well. De Gea had a good game. Defensively, this is just such a solid tactic. And if you can score 2 goals and have 8 shots on target in a game, offensively, you're doing all right. So we're not sacrificing a whole lot offensively to have this strong defensive shape. I will tell the players, I will outstretch my arms and say I was very pleased with the result in your performance. It's huge to win the Manchester Derby. You managed to grab the win today against Man City. What did you make of the game? I'm especially pleased for the fans. We couldn't have done it without him. As a Manchester lad, Marcus Rashford is no stranger to the rivalry with Man City. How important is it to have players that understand the passion of these Derby games? There's definitely an extra incentive for them, and I think we all saw that today. So that keeps us top of the table. That is our game in hand on Liverpool. So we are now 4 points clear of Liverpool, with them next on the docket in the Premier League. So I will play this Juventus game, and then I will see you again for Manchester United versus Liverpool. And we are back. It is game day for the Northwest Derby against Liverpool. We played Juventus in between the two games. We beat them 2-1, so we are 6 points from sixth in the Champions League so far. We did concede our first goal of the season in the 88th minute to Rodrigo Bentancur on just a little 89th minute. Rodrigo Bentancur for just a little header. It was an annoying little goal to concede, just bad marking in the box. But we won 2-1. You see, it's pretty even in terms of chances, but we had a slightly higher XG. Maguire scored from a long throw. Then there's a nice through ball to Marcus Rashford from Donny van de Beek to give us what ultimately was the winning goal. It was a close game. Juventus are obviously a very good team, and I think we're up there with some of the best teams in the world right now with our performances. So now we have Liverpool. So this is the team I'm going with. It's basically our strongest 11. Martial is back, so he is in the squad right away. Luke Shaw is playing a left back. Camavinga is playing a deep line playmaker. We are playing the balanced style because Liverpool are obviously a very good team. Probably it's between them and City for the favorites, but I consider Liverpool the favorites. They're always the hardest team for me to beat. Tuanzebe has a little bit of a knock, but he's returning to full fitness imminently, so he's fine to play if he needs to. I got McTominay on the bench anyways if we need a center back. Moreno also got injured. He's out for 11 days to 3 weeks, but he's not super important right now, so unless we have an injury to someone else in the fullback position, that's not going to be a miss. So we had to rotate our squad against Juventus a little bit with this match coming so close afterwards. I think it's 2 days after the Juventus match. So luckily everyone's fit. Even the players that we played last game are back fit, even though they might not be completely fresh. If we look at Alex Telles, yeah, he's low fatigue. So, but the team we've got in here should be pretty fresh. We rotated in Luke Shaw, Bissaka. Did Bissaka play? Yeah, I don't think Bissaka played. I think we played Brandon Williams. Camavinga didn't play last game. Lindelof and Bailly didn't play. So Paul Pogba didn't play. So we should have a lot of fresh players for this Liverpool game. So let's get into it. I know. It's 7 changes from the last match. So obviously you see we rotated pretty heavily against Juventus. So to still come away with the victory is pretty impressive. We've been on a good run. I think going to give these fans their money's worth. Bring it about the fans. The fans love a derby. Pump fists, I have faith. Will you be devoting time to any special tactical considerations for such a big match? I'll favor a solid defensive style first approach. What do you see being the deciding factor between the two teams who have very similar tactical approach? I would not say we have similar tactical approach at all, but I guess we're both kind of gegenpressing. Maybe they consider me to be a gegenpressing team. So I'm expecting a fascinating contest, and we'll have to be at our best when it comes to reacting and adjusting. That's where I would be won and lost. So this is Liverpool's 11. Firmino, Mane, Salah, Keita, Milner. So a little bit difference in the midfield. Gomez at left back, I saw. Other than that, it looked like the standard Liverpool side. This is our standard, pretty standard Manchester United side. We are top of the league. Liverpool are down to third. They must have lost. They must have lost their last game. Because I'm pretty sure they were on 12. Or no, they drew because they were on 11 points. They must have drawn their last game. That's good for us. Put a little bit of more of a gap between me and Liverpool. Hopefully with a win here, we'll create an even bigger gap. That'd put us up to 18. So it'd be a 6-point gap between us and Liverpool if we win this game. And Harry Maguire gets us started off perfectly. After 11 minutes, a corner from Bruno Fernandes to Harry Maguire. Maguire has been a goal threat this season. I believe that's his 3rd goal of the season. And we're only maybe, 10 games into the season? That's pretty good for a center back. I knew he'd be a goal threat because he's slab head, but he's surpassed even my expectations so far. Here we are again in the 13th minute. We have another. Oh no, that's a bad giveaway. Mane running out of defense. Firmino, Salah. This is not comfortable, and Salah scores. Well, that's not ideal. They just a bad pass by I believe it was Luke Shaw. Just gave it right to Sadio Mane. Yeah, Luke Shaw with a terrible crossfield pass. I don't know what he was thinking. And then they just countered on us real quick, and Salah got to the corner and put it in the corner of the net. That's unfortunate. Hopefully, we can get another goal and get the victory here. I hate losing our clean sheets in the Premier League. I was hoping to keep that on for a little bit longer, but it is Liverpool, so you can only expect so much. They're starting with the ball again. Gomez out here on the left-hand side, cutting in, but it gets stolen by Martial. He runs at the defense with his 18 dribbling, puts it into Pogba. Pogba's going to probably take a long shot here, and it's pretty far wide. Not the best shot by Paul Pogba, but pretty good from Martial to run at the defense and create a goal-scoring threat out of basically nothing. But Liverpool start with the ball again. They seem to have a lot of the ball so far this game. Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side. Puts it into Firmino. Oh, sliding tackle by Lindelof, but he wins the ball. Gomez with the header, but it goes nearly wide. We are hanging on right now. Liverpool with 6 shots, but only 1 on target. I think we need to do something here. We have not been the better team. We are really struggling. I think I need to change something. I don't know what it is. I need to change so they don't keep giving the ball away. Maybe I need to go to shorter passing. I might try that if they don't score here, which they do. Roberto Firmino with a rather ridiculous chip from near the edge of the box. Gomez plays it up. Firmino loses the header to Lindelof, but Mane gets it, and I don't know what Lindelof is doing there. De Gea gets off his line, and Firmino just chips him. I can't really go shorter passing now because we need to really push the ball down the field. Shaw intercepts it, puts it through to Paul Pogba. If we get a goal back, I'll go to shorter passing. Into Martial. Martial, you got to score that, and he does. All right, let's change something here. Let's go to shorter passing. We're on standard. Let's go shorter. Do we stop playing out of defense because if it's not done well, we've given the ball away? But if we just clear it long, we're gonna give the ball away anyway. So I don't think I want to change that. I still want to run up the defense. That's not been the problem. In transition, do I want to regroup? Because our counter pressing doesn't seem to be working. I'm actually going to take off counter pressing. I'm just going to go just with nothing as when possession has been lost. I don't think our counter pressing is working. I think they're playing through the counter press very well. Other than that, I think I want to keep everything else as it. I might bring the defensive line back because they are stupid fast with Salah and Mane. And it's just so dangerous playing with a high line. I'm going to take off the offside traffic. I'm going to bring the line back to standard. It's going to spread us out a little bit in the midfield and spread the difference between our. I mean, the fact we have a defensive midfielder and central midfielder means that we keep a pretty good shape in the midfield. Our strikers might get a little isolated, but since we have 2 of them, hopefully they can still work off each other and do well. Those are the only changes I'll make for right now. Hopefully that'll make a little bit of a change and we can have a better second half because our first half has not gone well. The fact that we're tied 2-2 is a pretty good result for us right now. Paul Pogba running at the defense. Great ball across to Martial in a lot of space. A great first touch and just slides it right past Allison. Ooh, we needed that. I will proceed with the tactical changes. So we are 3 points ahead of Liverpool. Things stay as they are. I don't anticipate that, though. I expect a goal for at least one or other team. We are almost identical on XG, even though they have 4 more shots than us. But we have the same amount on target. They have 2 shots on target. We have 2 shots on target, and we both have 2 goals. So we have been clinical with the goals we can put with the shots we put on target. So the keepers haven't been great, apparently, because they've not saved a shot yet. They obviously have more possession. I knew that coming in. Fouls 7-1. Maybe I could have wanted a little bit more fouls in the first half. Played a little bit more physical against Liverpool. You got to play Liverpool physical. That's how you beat creative, fast teams. You get physical with them. The more physical team usually will give you a chance to win. Let's go to the dressing room. You have not been the better team, so I would not be telling them that. Um, I don't think they've been unlucky. I'm going to tell them I'm not happy. Even though we're 2-2 with Liverpool, I'm not happy. And they responded pretty well. I'm not happy with how they performed. We're lucky to be 2-2. We've been clinical with the 2 shots we've had. But we're starting here with a corner for Liverpool. Salah to take. Oh no, Van Dijk. He scares me. No, it's Matip. Gosh dang it. I thought it was Van Dijk. He's tall too. But it is Matip with just no one's marking him. I need to reconsider my defensive corner tactic, I think. Because somebody's got to be marking Matip. I need somebody marking tall player, I believe. Maybe that's a change I can make. Maybe I change a make now. Oh, here we go with another corner. Before I can change anything. We'll play the corner, see what happens. If it's another goal, I'm definitely going to change. Virgil van Dijk barely heads it over. I'm going to make that change. Somebody's going to mark tall player. They're going to the front post too. I think I've already got everyone at the front post I can. Let's go to corners defensively. Yeah, everyone that can mark the front post is. I'll switch Harry Maguire and Eric Bailly because it looks like it's the nearest defender that's getting beaten all the time. So Bailly's just losing the battle right there. So let's switch them. And then who's the tallest player here? Camavinga, I guess. Rashford, but he's not that physical. Camavinga's a lot more physical. I am going to have him mark tall player. Let's do it on both sides. You will mark tall player. Confirm those changes. Hopefully that helps on the corners. Hopefully we don't concede another one. Obviously, Liverpool are very dangerous from corners with Virgil van Dijk in there. Our changes haven't seemed to make any effect because Liverpool are still all over us. And ooh, they go close. I don't. All you got is fingertips on that. Who's that? Van Dijk with the shot? I couldn't see, but there's another corner for Liverpool. Pogba heads it away. Martial 1-on-1. He is 1-on-1 with Joe Gomez. It is Joe Gomez, and he puts it wide. Got to do better there. Got to at least put that on target. His dribbling, you expect him to be able to run at Joe Gomez and beat him off the dribble, but he just could not put the shot on target, and that's a goal. Oh, Mane misses. Is that saved? What a save. What a save by David De Gea. That looked like a sure goal. And he holds the corner. They are killing us right now. I need to do something. I don't know if it's make a sub. Luke Shaw has been awful. I'm going to take him off. He's also on a yellow. Hopefully Alex Telles can do something for us. Other than that, Camavinga hasn't been great. Maybe I bring on Matic. More experienced head. I'm strongly considering it. I'm going to do it. It's just not Camavinga's game. Let's bring on Matic. Maybe I should have started Matic from the off. I think that's kind of a mistake on my part. Liverpool have been all over us. They are dominating us in XG now. Do I want to make any tactical changes? I might go to cautious. I think we have to go to cautious. Shorter passing doesn't seem to have worked. I'm going to go back to standard. Other than that, I don't want to time waste. I want to win this game if I can. I'm going to start regrouping because the counter press just is not working at all. We have to focus on the counter. Maybe I pull my line of engagement back to open up more area for the counterattack. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go lower line of engagement. Really change it up. Try to open more space for the counterattack. Bring our lines a little bit closer together. Try to get our strikers a little bit more into the game. They've not done a whole lot this game. Martial's played all right. He has the goal, but Rashford just hasn't been involved. Let's do that, and let's see if that changes anything for these last 20 minutes. We are now in the 83rd minute, and there has not been a single highlight. So that at least did something. Like, it seems to have curtailed Liverpool's chances, so that's good. Unfortunately, we're not creating any chances, and Marcus Rashford's going to have to come off. He has not played well. Neither has Lindelof or Bailly, really. But I don't feel comfortable bringing... I could bring in Twanzebe for Lindelof, but I think I want to bring on a striker. Rashford's a little bit more tired. I want to see if Mason Greenwood can do something in this game. I'm actually going to go in here and switch them around since Greenwood's either footed. He can cross it in from the left with his left foot if he needs to. Martial is right footed, so he's on the right side. Let's see if that changes anything for the last 10 or so minutes. Looks like we're going to lose 3-2 to Liverpool. I should have probably gone attacking, but I really wanted to try to hit him on the counterattack. Maybe I should have still gone attacking. I think that was a mistake. Once they took the lead through Matip, I should have probably gone attacking, but that just wasn't our game. Liverpool were just so much better than us. No matter what change I tried to make, it didn't seem to help. Looked like the last change at least stopped their attacking a little bit. We didn't see a single highlight from Liverpool after I made the last change to pull the line back. Unfortunately, we didn't get a highlight either, so obviously we couldn't equalize. I'm not going to thrash my arms. It's Liverpool. I'm going to put my hands together and say I'm not happy with your performance out there. We should be doing better. Like, I feel like we should be challenging for the Premier League title this season, and to do that, we have to beat teams like Liverpool. A result like that against such fierce rivals must really hurt your pride. We're disappointed but not disheartened. There's some positives we could take home. That was your first defeat as Manchester United manager. How do you feel? We did deserve to lose that match, so I'm not going to say that. I'm naturally disappointed, but these things happen, and we'll just try our best to get back to our winning ways. So let's see what the table looks like after that. I think Liverpool go top. Liverpool go top on on a head-to-head. Liverpool go top. But they have played one more game than us, so we still actually have a game in hand. So if we win our game in hand, we will go ahead of Liverpool, and we will stay at the top of the table, even with the loss. So I can't be too mad. We haven't ruined our chance to win the league. It's still early in the season. Hopefully our next matchup against Liverpool goes better. I wanted to point out we have Manchester City in the EFL Cup quarterfinals, so we have gotten another tough draw. We've drawn Chelsea, Sheffield United, who are still a Premier League side, and then Manchester City. So we have a Manchester Derby in the EFL Cup, but I will be coming back for Juventus, Chelsea, Arsenal. I might only play 2 out of the 3. I might just do Juventus, Chelsea. We'll see if I feel like I need to throw the Arsenal game in there. Let's see how they're doing. Arsenal are 4th right now. Chelsea are 5th. So if they're both still competitive in the top 4, I'll probably try to do a triple header. But that will be it for today. I will see you next time. Have a great day.